What is up, Sooner Nation? I am Casey Mallon, and you are now, come on, get with me, in a Sooner state of mind. Make sure you subscribe on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Play, and Amazon Music. Sooner state of mind family, what is good? It's August. It is August. It is finally here. So, you know what we're going to do? We're going to wave the flag, pop the bag, rock the boat, skin the goat, baby. We're talking wave that flag, wave it wide and high. Summertime done come and gone. My, oh my. As a kid, I used to hate the end of summer because it meant we were going back to school. Now I freaking love the end of summer. Why? Well, boars and ghouls. OU football is just around the corner. That's why I love the end of summer. That's why I love August. Just 17 days away, baby. 17 short Marvin Mims Jrs. away from our 2025 Oklahoma Sooners taking the field to curb stomp the Illinois State Redbirds at beautiful OU Memorial Stadium. And if you couldn't tell, I'm stoked. And if you stay stoked, you don't have to get stoked. That's a freebie for all those who want more stoke in their lives. Which leads us to the question, who wouldn't want more stoke? Only the squares care not for stoke. Are you with me? This has been an offseason like no other. I can't remember one ever being this busy. It seems like there has been nonstop news, even in the dead period. Wasn't really downtime this offseason. But now, as we are ever so close to the season, it's almost that time when we talk ball and nothing else. But we're not quite there just yet. We're creeping up on it. And, you know, when it's not quite there, people got to talk about all kinds of stuff, all kinds of junk. We'll hit this real quick. This seems to be a bunch of junk. Earlier this week on Monday, screenshots of a Venmo account said that John Mateer, our guy, our number 10, had allegedly engaged in sports gambling. Someone put the little caption out there, said sport betting on the Venmos. And Mateer consistently denied these rumors, the boomers and allegations. The Venmo account did belong to him, but are we really gonna fly off the handle on something that was in 2022 supposed sports gambling? I've paid for lots of stuff on my Venmo. Sometimes I put a piece of pizza on there that I didn't even eat. Sometimes I put ogre extermination costs. It's a little inside joke right there. But who cares what you put on the Venmo? It doesn't matter. We've seen other players with lots of stuff on their Venmos, especially a QB down in Austin. Do we care? No. Who gives a crap? It doesn't matter. That's not saying, oh, can't just poo-poo gambling on college sports, because that would never happen. I'm sure there's nobody out there betting on this. But that's a big no-no for the NCAA. So if you don't take that public, do what you want on your own time. I don't think because it says that on his Venmo that that's any cause for alarm. Mateer actually went on to say on the Twitters or the X, whatever you want to call it, the allegations that I once participated in sports gambling are false. My previous Venmo descriptions did not accurately portray the transactions in question, but were instead inside jokes between me and my friends. I've never bet on sports. I understand the seriousness of that matter, but recognize that, taken out of context, these Venmo descriptions suggest otherwise. I can assure my teammates, coaches, and officials at the NCAA that I have not engaged in sports gambling. Good enough for me. Who cares? It was 2022. Who gives a crap? And if he was betting, I doubt he would have made it on such a public forum. So everybody just needs to chillax. Do you think we really need to spend money investigating something like this? I'm sure the Shorthorns are all up in a tizzy. Yeah, let's go. But you know what? BFD. I don't care. Even if he was, I don't care. Doesn't matter. It's 2022. Having some fun with the boys. Who gives a crap? Let's leave it there. I don't think anything else is going to come out of this, but if it does, we'll talk about it. But I think just put that in the can and flush it. So, contrary to that type of news, the Sooners did get some great news this week as well. Edge rusher Jake Cruel, you got to be cruel to be kind, committed to the Sooners, the 4-star or 5-star defensive end. Depends which ranking system you go by. He's from the IMG Academy in Florida, 6'3", 230. Went on the Pat McAfee show. Spurned the Shorthorns. Spurned Ole Miss. Chose our Sooners. Loves Coach Chavis. Loves Coach Venables. Loves the program. Everything that they're about. BV is building a freaking monster. And the 2026 class is rounding into form. Everybody was talking like the sky is falling when Jim Swaggy Nagy came out and said, you know what? We're going to look at the tape. We don't care about the stars. We look at tape. Well, with Cruel, this is kind of a melding of both of those. High-end motor, tons of production, got the measurables, got the intangibles. This dude is going to be a great addition to that Sooners defense. Is starting to stack some phenomenal players. So completely stoked about getting that commit added to the 2026 class. Now, overall, it's hard to get too pumped about recruiting classes until the guys actually get on campus, because the fickle nature of these players, more the NIL coming in, stuff can change, but this dude seems like he wants to be a Sooner. We know Bo Bentley wants to be a Sooner. Got the QB in there. Ja'Cory Smith, linebacker. Daniel Odom, wide receiver out of St. John Bosco, right down the street. High school football staple out here in California. Zephan Walker, running back. Noah Best, I like that for an inside lineman there. Tyler Ruxer, Matthew Nielsen, Derek Johnson, Ryder Mix, Brian Harris, Daniel Norman, Bo Jandro, Nico Jandro, and Chase Rudd. Shaping up to be a pretty good class. Once the Sooners come out and put together the type of season I think they're going to have, you're probably going to see some more players on this list. This will be a full season for Nagy and his team to get the feelers out there, to look at the tape, to go make the connections with the players. I have no doubt that this program is going in the right direction, and sounded like a broken record last year talking about trusting the vision, what's going on with Nagy's approach to how they're going to build a team, how they're going to distribute that cash. It's going to feel a lot like a pro system. More schools will start implementing this type of program. Sooners are on the forefront. Don't forget about it when you see a lot of the other people doing it. But I completely trust the swag of Nagy, the experience, what he did with the Senior Bowl, what he's done at every stop, wherever he's been. He wanted to be with the Sooners, and I think we'll start seeing the fruits of that labor this year and next year. Completely stoked. So do not panic for the ones that get away. Trust the ones that we get because they want to be here. And I believe this staff is doing everything the right way. Well, this year's team got some new numbers. Jaydon, he went to 0. Myron Robinson, 2. Cortland Gilroy, 4. Kendal Daniels, 5. Isaiah Satania, 5. For the offense, Torrey Blaylock, 6. Marvin Jones Jr., 8. Keontez Lewis, 9. Our dude John Mateer, 10. Giovanni Gibson, 11. Elijah Thomas, 14. Manny Choice, 21. There's a bunch to name here. I'm not going to go through all of them. Michael Fasusi, 56. Ryan Fogier, 70. Yeah, so you'll have to get used to some of these new numbers, and that's all good. It's coming into shape, people. These boys are at fall camp, getting that work in, getting ready. Just a couple short weeks away. Had some worries about some of the health issues following this squad. Nothing like last year, though. Are you freaking kidding me? O-line was in shambles. Receiving room in shambles. Couple big names people were worried about. Looks like we'll be getting everybody back on the offensive side of the ball. And a big point of concern was Peyton Bowen. He is now fully healthy and ready to lead in year 3. RSJ said we're going to take the SEC by storm for sure. I feel like this is going to be a great year for him. We saw flashes of what Peyton Bowen can do. Another year in the system. Better watch out. RSJ, another year in the system. You really better watch out. Hearing a lot of stuff coming out of camp about players that are flashing. Miguel Chavis, who just got us Cruel. He's talking about Danny Okoye. Said he is a monster. He's going to be a household name real soon. And everything you're hearing out of camp solidifies those rumblings. It looks like there are some bad things coming for opposing offenses this season. This Sooners defense is going to get after it. You know, going into this year, we didn't know if this guy was going to come back. Our Mason Thomas, the closer, the finisher, he did come back and he's been rewarded. He's on the Lombardi watch list. He's also on the Bednarik Award watch list. He is going to have a monster year. It seemed like towards the end of the year, it was all falling in place. Get another spring ball under his belt, another fall camp under his belt. This guy is a disruptor. He is going to finish. And I'm completely stoked to see it. But it's not only Mason Thomas. Kendal Daniels, the word out of camp, this guy is kicking so much butt. Reggie Powers III. Okay. Robert Spears-Jennings. We talked about him for a hot second. The linebackers, McKenzie and Lewis, everywhere, playmakers galore. But it all starts up front. Jaydon Jackson, true freshman last year, starting up front for the Sooners, had the little procedure for the shoulder. He's going to come back healthy. I can't wait to see what this guy does in his second year. David Stone getting into shape, starting to look like the player they envisioned when he got to OU last year. I expect huge things out of him. Damonic Williams and Gracen Halton come back for a little extra play. Senior leadership on this squad. They're playmakers at every level. Kendal Dolby comes back to be the player he was last year. You better watch the frick out. Okay? There's a lot of Stoke on that side of the ball. Gentry Williams, hello. Come on. This defense is going to be insane. Defense wasn't the problem last year. It was the offense. And I know we had 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, whatever it was, different offensive line combos. Sometimes it was just get the healthiest body out there, regardless of position. And it didn't really help the Sooners out. The receiving core last year, banged up. Some might have sat because they had their monies in their pocket and they didn't want to play. Either way, we had like 5 or 6 dudes out all season long. Now, with Giovanni Gibson, we had a little injury early on. Hopefully he's going to be back in full strength by week 2. I think we can coast week 1 and don't have to force anybody to come back. But we got young bloods getting it done too. Elijah Thomas, BV says he'll be a guy that certainly will help us. A guy that the bigger the moment, the better he plays. You'd love to hear it from the youngins. Deion Burks has been healthy. He's been making plays. You see the footage coming out of camp. Him and Mateer already got that connection, and it's looking like it could be quite deadly for opposing defenses, and I am here for it. But like I said, MASH unit last year at offensive line, it was in shambles. BB could never really get the bodies out there that he wanted. A lot of young guys thrown into the mix early on. That's going to pay dividends this year, but it was a complete shit show last year, for lack of better terms, because of all the injuries. But BB is in a much better place this year with what he's seen. And we've got the players now, and knock on wood, everybody's healthy, moving towards the season. We know some of the linemen that Bill Beatenbaugh has coached at OU, and he said he's never had 2 freshmen as talented as Fasusi and Foje. He says they'll both play, doesn't commit to them starting, but did say they would definitely play. And as the season progresses, those dudes are going to be hard to get off the field. Once they roll into a starting job, that's a wrap. 2 or 3 years. And then it's on to the NFL. Beatenbaugh also said he loves the competition. He just wants the young bloods and all his guys to, quote, just be consistent. Can they count on you? Will you not make the dumb play? Football is lost on negative plays and mistakes more than it is on positive plays. If you don't turn the ball over and you don't have penalties, you're going to be in damn near every game you play. And we saw last year, defense gets a big turnover, offense gave it right back. So many turnovers. The offense was just not that good last year. It's not going to be like that moving into this year. Beatenbaugh also said Creed was the only guy he ever coached that he thought could have gone to the pros after just 2 years. Just want to show love to my guy Creed, the best center in the NFL, winning all them championships with the Kansas City Chiefs. BB also said, just do all the stuff you've been needing to do to get better. Okay? Make it happen. Be consistent. Learn. Don't make the same mistakes twice. Mistakes are going to happen, sure, but don't do it twice. So really love what's going on there. There's some positivity around that line that we didn't have last year due to all the injuries. Drinking a little coffee with the people. That's all right. Completely stoked. And, you know, as long as the offense is just not a sieve like it was last year. I think we are going to be in good shape. Okay. So do all the crap you've been putting off. Do it this Saturday, the 16th, because on the 23rd, we get a little amuse-bouche, 5 little tasty games to get us going, all right? So you got one more week, people, to get your stuff done. Oh, baby, come on. It's getting there. AP poll came out. Sooners coming in at 18 on that thing. Weren't even on the coaches poll. That's okay. Play 7 games against ranked teams. That's okay. I would prefer to come in the underdog and show everybody what we're about rather than people thinking they know. Let's sneak up on people. That's totally fine. Week 2, we got them Michigan Wolverines, a year removed from winning the Natty, coming to Norman. That game is going to be huge with the capital U. We handle that one. We got an opportunity. So I got to pump the brakes. We still have time to get into all of this stuff. But 18, it's not where you start, it's where you finish, okay? And we know that. And it could be a similar run. 99, 2000. But we shall see, but I think it's headed in the right direction, and I can't wait. And we don't have to wait much longer. August 28th, we are back, baby. You know why? We will have college football on Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. I'm not really a numbers guy, but that's 5 straight days of college football. How sweet is that? You know what that's got me? Completely stoked. And if you want to get stoked too, head on over to Believe.com. That's BLEAV.com. Go to shows, type in Sooner State of Mind, and you are locked. A ton of great content. Every team, every topic, everywhere. Believe.com. Not only college, we got the pros stocked with all your favorite teams. Get over there and check it out, okay? And if you're not watching Sooner State of Mind, you're just listening, but you would like to watch Sooner State of Mind, head on over to YouTube and search the Football Dudes. We are there, people. So close. Just got to get a little bit closer, but in due time, my brothers and sisters, in due time. All right, that is going to do it. My name is Casey Mallon, and I am in a Sooner. Oh, hey, Bake. State of Mind.